Oh, it wasn't the last meeting.
Right.
Sorry.
And they were all on the phone with someone.
All right, we good?
Yep.
All right. Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7:03. Can I have a moment of silence, please? Please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mr. Kenny? Ms. Blystein? Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Here.
Ms. Catherine Blystein?
Here.
Mr. Bromhall?
Here.
Ms. Falconero?
Here.
Ms. Iacone?
Here.
Mr. Meeker?
Here.
Ms. Trompe?
Here.
Ms. Fitzwater here. Statement is hereby made that adequate notice of this meeting was given by submission of said notice to the Burlington County Times, the Courier Post, the Cinnaminson Township Clerk, and the district website on the following dates: January 17th, 2024, and January 8th of 2025. We're going to move down to Section 4, Routine Business. We have the Board Secretary's report for April of 2025, the Receipts and Appropriations adjustments for April of 25, the Treasurer's report for April, the monthly transfer report for April, the high school activities report for May, the food service management cost performance statement for May, certified bill list for June as of 6/4, and approval of minutes, the regular minutes of May 13th of 2025, and the executive session also of May 13th, 2025. Mr. Bromhall, can I have a motion to approve Section 4, routine business, items A through H?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Trompe. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to routine matters, we have the enrollment report as of June 6th of 25, the health report for May of 25, the fire alarm report for May, the crisis drill report for May, and the superintendent's monthly report. Mr. Capello.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Thank you to members of the public for being here. I understand we are competing for eyeballs in town this evening, so I promise to keep my remarks short so we can get to the honorary section of our board meeting this evening. So first, I wanted to congratulate all of the awardees that are here this evening. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedules to be present at this board meeting. Also, congratulations are due all around the district. We had a number of musicians who performed in various concerts throughout the month of May. We had art shows and field trips. Recently celebrated another great trip to camp at the Rush School. Our 8th graders went to a great adventure on their class trip. They experienced their 8th grade dance last week, all to great success. It is definitely fun to be a student this time of year, but also a staff member and administrator as well. This is hot off the press, no pun intended, but I have a copy of this year's high school Buccaneer yearbook, and I want to extend congratulations to Mr. Carlo Iacona. The 2025 Buccaneer has once again been inducted into the Publishers Gallery of Excellence. This is the 9th consecutive year they've been selected for that honor, and only a small percentage of books from that publisher are given this distinction, and essentially the book becomes an exemplar for other schools throughout the country as an example of how to publish a great high-quality yearbook from the cover to the content. It has been recognized once again, and congratulations to all of the students and their hard work, and Mr. Iacona for making that possible. A lot of events going on. We had our senior awards happen last week, organized by our special events coordinators, so thank you to Julie Leitz and Elizabeth Kilroy for the hard work they put into that. It's always such a great honor to watch our student scholarship recipients, and the amount of money that they've been awarded in scholarships and grants always astounds me every year. Special quick congratulations to the newest inductees of the CHS Hall of Fame class of 2025. They are Kellen Kohler, Timothy O'Connor, Ava Stanilovich, Eva Quinn, Addison Evans, Anella Ansbury, Shane McDevitt, Rose Carroll, Sadie Berthoff, Alexandra DiFilippo, Sadi Gant, and Megan Nelson. Congratulations to all of those students. Their names will be enshrined in the Hall of Fame display shortly, so you'll be able to walk by the high school and see them in print. Senior night was held successfully last night, and tomorrow is one of our favorite annual events. Will be our senior clap out, where the senior class has an opportunity to walk through all of the schools in the district to revisit some of their old stomping grounds, but also to serve as a model for our younger students of what their graduation may look like in however many years it may be for them. We had a chance today to gather as a staff to recognize staff for some of their awards throughout the year, but also to honor years of service to our many dedicated employees. I want to take just a moment to recognize one of these groups. We had 4 individuals that were recognized today for 30 years of service, which is an outstanding career, all in one place. So special congratulations to Michelle Forbes, Lauren Every Clayton, Mario Patrizzi, and of course at the end of the table, Miss Darlene Llewellyn for 30 years of service. Worth a special round of applause as she's sitting here. So graduation season is also officially upon us. Yesterday we celebrated, thanks to our Life Skills graduation program, at the first little glimpse into what graduation looks like as they celebrated their end of the year ceremony yesterday. This Thursday, we have our 5th grade promotion. On Tuesday of next week, on the 16th, is the 8th grade promotion, whereby the 17th, 244 students will be receiving their 8th grade promotion certificate. And then, of course, next Wednesday will be the high school senior graduation, where 230 plus seniors, representing a very large graduating class, will receive their diplomas. Quick updates on pre-K. We're working with our community partners in pre-K. We've already started construction at Newman Learning Center to help a classroom receive students for next year, and our work is just getting started at Temple Sinai to get 3 classrooms ready for our students who will be off-site. And I know we've given a number of updates at these board meetings, but if you have not been here prior, we are very excited to welcome a new batch of preschoolers to Cinnaminson next year, and we are extending our preschool footprint beyond just the Memorial School and into the community through various partnerships as well. So very excited about that. And I see Mrs. Spear here. Our assignment letters for students who are going to these programs are going to find out tomorrow-ish, Friday-ish, by the end of the week, where they will be attending the Memorial School at insert placement next year. So it's very exciting for all of those families, but also very exciting for us as well. Also, if you have not been here, I've been referencing the last couple of board meetings. We'll hear an update later from Mrs. Fitzwater, some information about the district's potential referendum. Right now, we are still in the committee phase, and the committee met recently to try to advance a project moving forward and have set a goal to have a finalized project ready to go for the start of school next year. So we're very excited about that project and what is to come. And with that, Mrs. Fitzwater, that is the very brief superintendent's report.
Very brief.
And fast.
Tried to get out as quick as I could.
Mrs. Iacone, can I have a motion to approve Section 5, routine matters, items A through E?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Meeker. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye, motion approved. Moving on to the high school representative report. Tonight, we have just the high school report, and we will hear from Gwen Chikonsky.
Good evening, everyone. The May students of the month are as follows. Class of 2025, Lily McCarran. Class of 2026, Ashley Chen. Class of 2027, Kara Mikado. And class of 2028, Ryan White. All spring sports have finished their seasons. On behalf of Mr. Wilkinson, congratulations to all our spring sports teams who had an excellent season, many of whom made deep runs into the playoffs. Special recognition to 2 athletes from the track team in an absolutely incredible competition that went to a 6th attempt jump off. Eddie Frey takes 2nd at the Meet of Champions at Pennsauken, just down the road. Max takes 10th to cap off a great season. Last week, the Play Unified track team wrapped up their season with 2 meets at Pennsauken and Delran. Every athlete and partner gave 100% of their heart to their events and teammates. Shout out to Isaiah Phillips for a 400-meter PR, 63.7, and Kieran Gallagher, 71.1. Alex Chomez and Gabby DeMeo threw 20 in the shot put. Gabe Garcia threw 7.9, and Bika Alcalazad through 10.5. Congratulations on a wonderful season. CHS celebrated Asian diversity during the month of May with the following activities: origami, calligraphy, cooking Indian cuisine lesson, and finally, Indian fashion, music, and games. For Student Council, the new officers were selected for the 2025-2026 school year on Monday, June 2nd. The officers for the class of 2029 will be elected in the fall. Congratulations to all the new officers, and thank you to all the candidates who submitted documents to run for office. Congratulations to this year's CHS inductees to the Hall of Fame class of 2025. Their hard work, dedication, and commitment is remarkable. For the class of 2025, the seniors are winding down their tenure at CHS. On Wednesday, June 11th, they will start their day with graduation practice and then have the highly anticipated walk down memory lane, during which they revisit each Cinnaminson school in their cap and gowns, led by the CHS marching band, drumline, and the pirate mascot. The day ends with senior day at Topgolf, signing yearbooks and lunch. Senior night was on Monday, June 10th, at the Marion. Graduation is on June 18th. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2025. I would now like to introduce Carly Trampay, who was elected by her peers in this year's 2025-2026 election as the Board of Education liaison for the 2025-2026 school year. As this year's liaison, I wanted to leave this message for the Board of Education. I wanted to say thank you, everyone, for this amazing opportunity. I have enjoyed working alongside board members and learning more about the school system. I appreciate being given the opportunity to learn and listen to what the community has to offer. Thank you, and I hope everyone has an amazing summer.
We'd like to thank you, Gwen, too, for your commitment and for being here every month, and for your wonderful updates, keeping us updated about everything going on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gwen.
All right. Noah could not be with us tonight, so we'll just have to go with Mr. Capello's briefing from the middle school. All right.
There we go.
Got a little bit?
If you got
All right.
a sentence or two.
We have a new middle school representative.
So this month has been very busy, particularly for our 8th graders. We had our 8th grade dance on Friday night. It was a beach blast theme. The kids came all dressed in their beach gear, sundresses and shorts, and everyone had a great time. I'd like to thank our Home and School Association and all of the parents who assisted with decorating and making food and donating food. It just was an absolute lovely evening for all of the kids. Yesterday, we sort of weathered the storm and went up to Great Adventure. So we had our 8th grade trip to Great Adventure. It was a great day. Because it was a little misty, it was awesome for the kids. They got on and off rides nonstop all day. They were trying to clock how many rides they could get on during the day. I went on a few rides with them. I might not want to do that ever again, but it was a great time for all. We do have our student recognition ice cream party this Thursday coming up. That will recognize our students of the month, our principal lists, the students who made principal lists this year, all 3 marking periods, as well as our students who received perfect attendance. And then we start with our our Friday is our last Pirate Pride Friday. So we have a lot of wrapping up to do with our cafeteria and the kids in the cafeteria. We like to play our Minute to Win It games. And next week we are practicing for promotion and having a wonderful, hopefully rain-free promotion ceremony on Tuesday night. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We're going to move on to number 7, presentations, the Board of Education student recognitions.
All right, thank you again for everyone who is here this evening to be recognized. Special congratulations to all of our student recipients. We typically do our awards in birth order, school birth order, not the presenter's birth order. However, when we do the last awards at the June board meeting, we have a long-standing tradition whereby we introduce the high school principal to recognize the valedictorian each year, sort of to serve as a model for all of the younger students in the room. So with that, Mr. Gorman, turn it over to you.
It is my privilege this evening to introduce our 2025 valedictorian, Brendan Fratto. Brendan will graduate from Cinnaminson High School with an overall GPA of 105.7. During his time at CHS, he took 21 honors and AP courses and scored a 1520 on the SAT. Brendan's interests are varied and equally as impressive as his academic accomplishments. He participated in the Technology Student Association, Global Economic Forum, Math League, World Affairs Council, AAPI Affinity Group, French Club, Debate Club, the Future City Competition, and Physics Olympics. He was inducted into the National Honor Society as a junior and has held leadership positions in several clubs and organizations. Brendan is also a talented athlete. He's a 4-year member of the varsity swim team. He was named a BCSL first team and second team swimmer as a freshman, and then a BCSL All-South Jersey as a junior. Finally, as a senior, he was a CHS Most Valuable Swimmer. Brendan is a 3-time recipient of the Burlington County Principals and Supervisors Award, which recognizes the top student in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Simply put, he won that award in every year he was eligible. Brendan is an exceptional individual and a truly deserving valedictorian. Next year, he will continue his education at Georgia Institute of Technology, where he will study mechanical engineering. Congratulations, Brendan. I would like to continue to celebrate excellence by announcing our 2025 salutatorian, Kellen Kohler. Kellen will graduate from Cinnaminson High School with an overall GPA of 105.3 while taking 21 honors and AP courses during her time at CHS. While a student here, Kellen was very involved in a variety of clubs and activities. She was a member of Technology Student Association, Homecoming Committee, Interact, French Club, Glamour Gals, Math League, the Ship's Log, World Affairs Council, Global Economic Forum, Consumer Bowl, Future Healthcare Professionals, Battle of the Books, Homecoming Committee, Prom Committee, Animal Welfare Club, and Physics Olympics. She was inducted into the National Honor Society as a junior. She served as a class treasurer all 4 years and has held leadership positions in several clubs and organizations. Kellen is a gifted athlete. She was a member of the varsity swim team as a freshman and played 2 years of soccer. However, it was in track and field where she found her home. She is a 4-year varsity member of the spring track team and received 3 additional varsity letters from winter track. She was named to the first team BCSL and CHS MVP as a junior. Her excellence on the track and leadership resulted in her being named captain for spring track as a junior and senior. Next year, Kellen will attend the Honors College at New Jersey Institute of Technology, where she will study biochemistry and continue her track career. Congratulations, Kellen.
Thank you. And as a busy student, Kellen sends her regrets for not being able to attend this evening. That's sometimes what happens in the life of very busy high schoolers. So with that, I'm now going to welcome up Mrs. Jones from the New Albany School, who has some awards to give out as well.
Thank you, Mr. Ricabello. If I can have the New Albany students just come over and line up right over here.
You're so cute. So nice. So nice. Don't miss
So this evening, we're going to be honoring our pirate leaders. Each year, our pirate leaders are selected at the beginning of the year, and it is through teacher recommendation as well as our lead counselor, Mrs. Devin Miller. Teachers look for students who display kindness, respect, and leadership skills towards others. Each month, the pirate leaders met with the counselor, Mrs. Miller, and they helped to grow their skills, to assist with school-wide projects, brainstorm ideas to increase positive peer relationships, and more. Throughout the year, some of the things that they assisted Mrs. Miller with were developing skills to lead others, learning ways they can help others, creating posters for the school-wide Great Kindness Challenge, and they also help to lead kindness activities each in their classrooms. They also help to brainstorm ideas to improve school culture, as well as sharing information with Mrs. Miller regarding bullying. In addition, they assisted with this October collection donation, and they filmed a teaser video for the Careers on Wheels event, which all of the students and staff in New Albany got to view. So the Pirate Leaders ended their year with a scavenger hunt, which resulted in an ice cream party with Mrs. Miller. So we're grateful for their efforts as well as their leadership, and I'd like to congratulate each of these Pirate Leaders. So first up, we have Sabira Atinga.
We'll be really good for the next ones.
We also have Jackson Burns. Bruce Crosby. Abigail DeCivio. Gavin Jewell. Logan Kaczynski.
Mom, did you get it?
Mackenzie Sauter. Quinn Vermes. Sanvisha Vinod Kumar. Anne Marie Yelson. Congratulations to all of our Pirate Leaders. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Kate Mealy, Principal of Rush School.
If I could have the 3 Rush honorees join me up here, that would be wonderful. If you are in the crowd. Come on down. Just stand right over here. There we go. Perfect. All right, so I believe that the New Albany recipients of our fire prevention poster contest were announced earlier this year, but I have the Rush winners to announce, which I'm very happy to do. This is a great opportunity every year with our Cinnaminson Fire Department, partnering with our art department at the New Albany and Rush schools, and students create posters which are entered to be judged in a contest. And our 3rd grade winner is Miss Penelope. If you would come over, please. You can see her poster up there, and so she was our first place winner for the 3rd grade class overall, so out of over about 200 entries. Next up, we have our 4th grade winner, Miss Chloe Sawyer, who I don't believe is here this evening, but her poster is there as well. We can certainly give her a round of applause. And then last but certainly not least is our 5th grade winner. And I don't have her beautiful poster to show you because it advanced to the county level for judging. But perhaps you could describe it in detail. No, I'm just kidding. But we will find out about Addison and whether or not she was the county winner at some point soon. So congratulations to you. Come on up. At this time, I'd like to reintroduce Mrs. Carrie D. Simone, principal of Cinnaminson Middle School.
Okay, so our first award tonight goes to a young man who has achieved principal's list every marking period of his entire career at Cinnaminson Middle School. And that would be 4 in his 6th grade year, 4 in his 7th grade year, and 3 in his 8th grade year. And that too, I'm sure. We don't count the last marking period in this, and that goes to Mr. Ethan Turner. Come on up, Ethan. Are you here? Yeah. So, for those of you counting, we have 8 classes per marking period. That is 88 A's. 88 A's, and I'm sure it'll be 96 by the end of this school year. So Ethan has so many great qualities, not only, of course, intelligence, but he has to have motivation, perseverance, and dedication in order to achieve this goal. So we cannot wait to see what CHS has in store for Ethan, or rather what Ethan has in store for CHS. So congratulations, Ethan. Next up, I'm going to call up my 6th grade Battle of the Books team. If you are here, could you come on up? Yeah, it's all you. Okay. So Battle of the Books is a book knowledge competition for elementary and middle school students. The students have to read a list of 15 books and then compete as teams answering questions about the books. The program, of course, promotes reading, comprehension, teamwork, and a love for literature. Our 6th grade team here is the first ever to win first place in this competition for our school. So congratulations to this team. Let's give them a big round of applause. And those team members are Ben Leonardo, Lilia Marshall, Chloe Namnan, Adriana Stelwag, Victoria Valentine, and Mokshanya Yedlapati. Another big round of applause for them.
Everybody get it?
Thank you. And lastly, my 7th and 8th grade team, for those that are here, come on up. Hello, gentlemen. Thanks for coming. Our 7th and 8th grade team traveled to the Morristown Middle School to compete at the county level against 15 other teams, and we were proud to say that they came in 5th out of the 15. A huge congratulations to all who helped and who participated and helped them, really understand these books and basically study for this competition. So congratulations to Grace Bazilla in 7th grade, Anthony Bracco in 7th grade, Hayden Byrne in 8th grade, Cassidy Freeble in 8th grade, James Hannings in 7th grade, and Julia Sellers in 7th grade. Once again, I'd like to invite Mr. Gorman up, our principal of the high school.
So we'd like to start off with the high school recognitions with Jackson Lane. Is Jackson here tonight? Jackson made the first team all BCSL for golf and won the South Jersey State Sectional. Congratulations, Jackson. Next, we have Megan Nelson. Megan set several goals for the Cinnaminson High School this year. Most goals in a season, 85 for girls lacrosse. Most goals in a career, 259. Most assists in a career, 91. Most draw controls, 321. She was also nominated to the first team BCSL, All BCSL, and second team All South Jersey. Megan Nelson. Also for girls lacrosse, we have Tegan Fadula. Also has the record for most assists in a career with 91 and was recognized as a first team All BCSL. Congratulations. In softball, we have Madden Rittler. Madden holds the record for CHS in most runs in a career with 96. Congratulations.
Sorry, get it in balance a little bit.
Also in softball, we have Hannah Derbyshire. Hannah set a number of careers this year for softball. Most triples in a career with 10. Most RBIs in a career with 85. Most wins in a season with 17. Most wins in a career with 50. Most strikeouts in a season, 185. Most strikeouts in a career, 565. ERA in a season of 1.25. ERA in her career of 2.09. She was recognized as a first team All BCSL and first team All South Jersey. Continuing the celebration of softball, Delaney Kroll. Delaney has the most home runs in a season with 9, the most home runs in a career with 12, most RBIs in a season with 30, and was recognized as the second team All-BCSL. In girls track, Kellen Kohler set the record for the 800 meter at 2 minutes, 17 seconds, and 51 hundredths of a second, and was recognized as first team All-BCSL for her senior year. Eddie Fry, mentioned earlier, set the pole vault record for Cinnaminson High School at 15 foot 6 inches and is recognized as a first team All-BCSL. Max Fry won the state sectional for pole vault and took 10th place in the meet of champions with a pole vault jump of 14 feet. Jacob Wickersham. Jacob Wickersham won the sectional meet at the 3,200 4x800. Congratulations.
Oh, nope, you're getting your picture taken. Not official until the picture taken. Can you open up that picture?
We made an error when we recognized some of our fall athletes, so we wanted to correct that now by recognizing in boys soccer, Noah Huber. Noah wasn't able to join us tonight either, but he is recognized as a first-team All-State player, and he also made the first-team All-South Jersey. Congratulations. Also, Owen Digney. Owen, are you here? I don't think it. Owen was recognized as a second-team All-State player for South Jersey section and second-team All-South Jersey. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gorman. Another round of applause for all of our award winners this evening. Thank you all for being here this evening. If you'd like to, I'm going to ask Mrs. Fitzwater if we could take a quick 2-minute recess. So if anybody wants to come up and take a picture in front of our step and repeat up here, we'll take a quick 2-minute recess with her blessing, and then we'll get back to the regular business. Of course, what you all are invited and encouraged to stay for, but I understand we're competing against a carnival this evening, so thank you.
Okay, we will take a 2-minute break.
I was like, Mom, we have to try together.
We're back in session. We're going on to number 8, correspondence to the board. We did get an email, I think everyone on the board got an email from CPAG, just recapping what they did this year and what they plan to do next year. And I personally received, well, several of us received an email from a parent. That's all I have. Anybody else? Okay. All right, we are moving on to number 9, committee reports. We have actually 3 reports this month. We did have a curriculum committee meeting, and Mrs. Trompe will share the minutes with us.
Thank you. The Curriculum and Student Activities Committee met virtually on June 3rd. The committee heard a presentation from the high school athletic director about adding girls wrestling as a new sport for Cinnaminson High School for the upcoming school year. Committee members were supportive of this addition. The committee was then given an overview of the process for determining HIB grades, and the certified grades for the previous school year were shared. These grades were previously approved in the fall for the submission to the NJDOE. The Focus Grant program for K-3 literacy was discussed along with funding levels available to Cinnaminson and how grant monies would be spent. A minor update to the 24-25 school calendar was explained, adjusting the date of the last professional development day for the school year. This change has no impact on the student schedule. Lastly, upcoming field trip and PD requests were reviewed. That was all.
Thank you, Ms. Trompe. We also held a referendum committee meeting this month. I have the minutes from that. The referendum committee met via Google Meet on Monday, June 2nd at 3 p.m. Mr. Capello began the meeting by sharing the revised project presentation from Garrison Architects. These updates were based on the previous committee meeting recommendations. The district borrowing capacity is approximately $60 million. The current list of projects contains 3 questions and totals more than our borrowing capacity. The committee discussed the creation of the following referendum subcommittees, and that is as of now: finance construction, public relations, athletics, and early childhood. Once subcommittees are formed, they will meet to further discuss projects. Mr. Capello and Mrs. Wilkie will be meeting with the architect and engineer to discuss projects and district needs. They will provide the referendum committee with an update at the next scheduled meeting, which is scheduled for June 24th at 3 p.m. and will be a virtual meeting. Thank you. And then finally, we have from Mrs. Iacone, the County School Board Association update.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Good evening, everyone. The following is an update for members of the Board of Education and the public from the New Jersey School Boards Association. I have the privilege to represent Cinnaminson as the New Jersey School Boards Association delegate and vice president of the Burlington County School Boards Association. On May 1st, the Burlington County School Boards Association held their semi-annual meeting at Medford Village Country Club. During the meeting, members received an introduction from the new executive director of NJSBA, Dr. Nicholas Diaz. Dr. Diaz reviewed new NJSBA services, including cooperative purchasing, services for personnel administrator, executive coaching, and communication crisis support. Members also received updates on ELF-New Jersey, as well as the legislative update from Jonathan Pushman, Director of Government Relations. The county recognized the 2025 Superintendent of the Year, Mrs. Helen Payne, and listened to the keynote address from the Burlington County Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Margaret Van Nergakis from Shawnee High School. Finally, board members were recognized for milestones and certifications by the president of the Burlington County SBA. There are a number of upcoming events, including the Spring Law Forum on June 26 and a webinar on career and technical education scheduled for September 16th. Finally, as the board is aware, the annual workshop begins on October 20th. Board members should keep an eye out for an invitation to the Fall County meeting, which is typically held in early October. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Iacone. Can I have, we need to make a motion. Let me get my thing here. Ms. Trompe, can I have a motion to approve the committee report, Section 9, Item A?
Motion?
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Iacone. Comments or questions from the board?
I have a question just about the ad hoc committee for the referendum. Is that going to be for the November on the ballot this year? I mean, I haven't heard that much. I know we're talking about it. I know we've had a lot of meetings. I just wasn't sure if that was going to be a ballot question for this year.
Yeah, thanks. That's a great question. So there's only certain times a year where a ballot, where a bond referendum question can be floated to the public. And at this point, I don't believe that it will be scheduled for November, as it would require us to be a couple more months ahead of where we're at today. So I'm not anticipating a November ballot question.
So maybe next year or the year after? Do you have an idea, a timeframe?
There's approximately 3 more dates during the year. So right now, we're trying to aggressively either like a December or January timeline, but a lot of work has to be done before we get there.
Thank you.
Else? Okay. All right, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye.
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 Aye, motion approved. Moving on to Section 10, public comment on agenda items. Members of the public are reminded that comments should be limited to items appearing on the meeting's agenda. There will be another opportunity during this meeting to comment on non-agenda items. All members of the public wishing to speak on agenda items only should raise their hand to indicate their wish to speak. When called upon, participants should state their first and last name and address clearly for the record. In accordance with Cinnaminson Board of Education policy, comments will be limited to a maximum of 4 minutes per person. The comment period will be limited to 30 minutes in duration. And with all of that said, does anyone from the public wish to speak on agenda items?
Hi, Edie. I have, on your agenda, you have a new classroom, emotional support classroom. I don't know what the title is. Is that just going to be another self-contained? Are we aiming towards more segregation of students with needs? I guess this is for Ms. Llewellyn. If you can answer that at all. Like, are we looking to form yet another classroom that's going to segregate children based on abilities?
Mrs. Pawlowski, I'm happy to answer that question. We're looking to establish another program to meet the needs of our students.
I'm asking if there's going to be a self-contained class.
The design of the emotional support class does involve
Containing them in one room all day.
for
Correct.
part of the day, correct, yes.
How much of the day? 80%, 90%, 99%? Are they going to be allowed to just go to lunch and gym?
It could certainly be individualized on students' needs, and I'm happy to follow up with you after the meeting to give you more specifics as we have them planned. Thank you.
I would like for, it would be nice for the parents to understand what those classrooms really truly look like. If it's a self-contained classroom, so children are segregated pretty much most of the day. So again, there are several researches that came out, there's several articles that came out that really go against that kind of environment for children with needs. And I'm kind of a little disappointed that this is where the school is aiming. Instead of looking at resources to include students with needs, you're looking to segregate them further. That's concerning. That makes me wonder if we're back in 1945, where everybody is kind of separated into pods. And then, no, I have to ask that later, right? Because it's not on the agenda. It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Pawlowski.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on to Section 11, Personnel, Certified, Non-Certified. Mr. Capello.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Under Section 11, Number 1, Appointments and Reappointments, seeking the board's approval on the following items that are listed in the agenda, numbers 1 through 3. There are a number of names there. Under letter B, we have a few transfers, and they are listed under Section 1 in the agenda, items A through C. Under resignations and retirements, there are 6 items included in the agenda for the board's consideration to accept. Items 1 through 6, as I said, are listed in the agenda. Under leaves of absence, there are 2 items listed by employee ID number in the agenda for the board's approval this evening. Skipping on to letter F, there is seeking the board's approval for a follow-up memorandum, revised memorandum of agreement between the Cinnaminson Board of Education and the Cinnaminson Supervisors Association listed in the agenda. Under letter G, we have no advancements on the salary guide. Extra duty appointments seeking the board's approval for items 1 through 18 as listed in the agenda. And under student teachers, there is 1 item for the board's consideration this evening listed on the agenda, and that is personnel.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Capello.
I'm sorry, I lied, it's not. We also have Section K, items 1 through T, and tutors, letter L, item 1. It'd help if I scrolled down.
Thank you. Thank you. You caught me off guard there.
I caught myself off guard.
Ms. Cape Liveson, can I have a motion to approve Section 11 Personnel, items A through L.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Falconero. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Aye.
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 I accept everything. I to everything except K3. Motion approved. Moving on to Section 12, Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Goldburn.
Thank you very much. Under number 12, letter A, requesting approval of the professional development requests that are attached. Letter B, field trip requests that are attached. Nothing under letters C or D this month. Under letter E, approval of the monthly HIB report. Letter F, the monthly suspension report. Under letter G, approving the official HIB grades for each of the schools from the previous school year. These were submitted to the NJDOE with Cinnaminson board approval back in October. Each of these grades is determined at the school level, and there is a 26 different indicators that the principals, assistant principals, anti-bullying specialists, a parent, a teacher who are part of those teams review those rubrics and come up with scores that could totally max out at 78 points. And you see the school grades there. They're also on our district webpage as well. Under letter H, requesting approval of girls wrestling as a new athletic team at Cinnaminson High School for the next school year with a dedicated head coach. And under letter I, requesting approval of revision to this year's school calendar, rescheduling the May 23rd Professional Development Day to Friday, June 20th. And those are the requests this month.
Thank you, Dr. Goldburn. Mr. Meeker, can I have a motion to approve Section 12, Curriculum and Instruction, items A through I?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Trompe. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye.
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 I vote yes for all, and I abstain from A, number 6.
Aye to everything except for A1, line 2. Motion approved. Moving on to special education, item 13. Mrs. Llewellyn.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. There is nothing this evening under letters A, B, and C. Under letter D, request for approval of a new program or service, seeking the board to approve the request to establish a newly proposed emotional regulation impairment special education program for the 2025-26 school year.
Thank you, Ms. Llewellyn. Ms. Falconero, can I have a motion to approve Section 13, special education, item D?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Blystein. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion approved. We have no policies to approve this month, so we're moving on to Section 15, Business and Finance. Mrs. Wilkie?
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Under Section A, grants, that the board approves items 1A through 1D as listed on the agenda. Under Section B, finance, that the board approves items 1 through 9 as listed in the agenda. Under Section C, operations, that the board approves item number 1, which is to approve the 25-26 school breakfast and lunch prices, which there will be no increase and they will remain the same as this year. And under Section D, contracts, that the board approves items numbers 1 through 9 as listed in the agenda. Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilkie. Ms. Eileen Blystein, can I have a motion to approve Section 15, Business and Finance, items A through D?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Trompe. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye.
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 Aye to everything except for 15B1, I abstain.
Aye.
Aye to everything except Section B, 15B, number 1. Abstain.
Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to Section 16, Other Business. Mr. Capello?
Thank you, Ms. Fitzwater. One item under other business. This is the annual renewal of the standing orders given from our district physician for our school nurses. So seeking the board's approval for item A listed in, or excuse me, A1 listed in the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Capello. Mr. Bromhall, can I have a motion to approve Section 16, item A?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Meeker. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye. Okay. I just got whispered at that I need to go back to Mr. Capello.
I'm taking my second meeting mulligan. We do have a wonderful tradition here in Cinnaminson whereby we introduce our new staff members. It is a small group this evening, but I did want to turn the floor over to Mrs. Sherry Spear, our new Director of Early Childhood Education, who has someone to introduce to the board.
I would like to introduce Amanda Foster. She will have a split position as a preschool instructional coach and a preschool intervention referral specialist. She is a proud CHS graduate 2009, and she graduated with a bachelor's and a master's from Cabrini College.
Okay, good. All right, so we're moving on to Section 17, public comment. All right, during the public comment section of the meeting, the board will seek public comment on any item. Members of the public are reminded that if they wish to speak when called upon, participants should state their first and last name and address clearly for the record. In accordance with Cinnaminson Board of Education policy, comments will be limited to a maximum of 4 minutes per person. The comment period will not exceed 30 minutes. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, the board will not publicly discuss or comment on matters involving personnel, litigation, negotiations, or the attorney-client privilege. The board may choose not to respond to comments made by members of the public during this portion of the meeting. However, all comments will be given appropriate consideration. Matters requiring follow-up will be referred to the superintendent for resolution.
I am back. So we've mentioned this several times. I'm just wondering, did the school end up applying for the All-In for Inclusive Education, the formal NJCIE grant, to help us be a little more inclusive? I guess this is to Mr. Capello and Ms. Llewellyn, because you would have to have applied for it. I know I sent an email to Eileen as well asking about this because I wasn't able to attend the meeting. I don't know if the deadline has passed, but are we applying? It's free. It's free resources.
The deadline is not passed, and we are planning to apply.
Are we going to apply?
That's what Mrs. Llewellyn just said. We are going to.
We are going to apply. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we're going on to Section 18, board comments. Congratulations to our retirees. May you enjoy the next phase of your life. Congratulations to the class of 2025. We look forward to celebrating your graduation with you next week. Congratulations to Lauren Coker for obtaining a $20,000 grant for New Albany's STEM initiatives. Congratulations to our students who were recognized tonight. You rock. Thank you to our student representatives for bringing us the news from the schools every month. Congratulations to Gwen on your graduation. We can't wait to see what your future holds. Thank you to CEF for the grant. And thank you to everyone who spoke at the meeting tonight, or everyone who spoke at the meeting tonight. Happy Pride. Enjoy your summer. The next regularly scheduled meeting will take place on Monday, August 26th at 7 p.m. right here in the middle school cafeteria. We will have a special meeting of the board on Monday, August 25th at 6 p.m. beginning here at CMS. More information can be found on the district website. We are going into executive session, and we may have
Likely a follow-up from it related to the executive session.
All right, okay.
Not related to anything currently on the agenda.
Right, so something different, not anything that is currently on the agenda, as Mr. Capello said. So with that, Ms. Iacone, can I have a motion to convene into executive session?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Trompe. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we're moving to executive session. Good night, folks.